What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another day in the BrewLab. Me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And today in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you from Mythic rank. Finally. I'm afraid to say that the stomach bug is still ripping through my family for like the third day in a row. So that's why these videos have just been coming a bit late. Both my wife and I are feeling really crook. But I'm a little bit better. I've taken some medication today, so hopefully it's, the worst is over. The worst is behind us. So I hit Mythic yesterday, and for those of you who missed the announcement video, I hit it at 95%, and then I play tested at Brew last night that I was getting ready to shoot a video calling it Wet Dog Simic Colors. And it just seemed like so much fun, so much so that I want to show it to you, even though it's not the focus of today's video. The reason why I want to show it to you is that I think it's a really sweet little build that seems to have like the potential to win a couple of games here and there and definitely be fun. And I went and played it on the unranked ladder during the video I recorded, which has now been deleted. And I had so much fun. I played 3-4 games. There was some interesting brews that I went up against. Some were close, and I won a few. And then I switched to rank, and it just, I think game 1 was against Mono White. Then I played an Izzet guy, and then I played against a Mono Black control. Like literally the top hardest decks. Back to one game after the next, and I just lost 3 games in a row. Like not even close, completely shredded. And this just proves a point to me. Like it's why if you go onto Untapped GG and you look at the metadata, you go onto EtherHub and you look at the metadata, and just from playing every day, you feel it yourself. I haven't played against anyone playing Simic Ramp or anything like that in a long time. It's the format is well and truly solved. We're at like this beginning of the year. There hasn't been a new set in a while. Rotation has just happened. There's a very limited card pool. Standard was already busted. Crimson Bar didn't really change much, and Mono White, it got me to Mythic, yesterday, and it just felt like cheating. I got like 78% win rate, and just plowed into Mythic within 2 days, just like that, really quick. It turns, you name it. The top decks, that's all you're gonna see on the top every single day. Like I haven't seen so the point is, the very long-winded point I'm trying to make is that there's certain color combinations like Simic, let's say Bant, Abzan, like all of these epic type of decks that I can come up with in Standard. You play them on the ladder and you're gonna get shredded because they're just not as good, and the metadata is there to back up my point. So this is a fun one. I'm gonna leave it in the comments, in the video description down below for you guys to copy and enjoy in unranked. It's really fun. I will leave it to you to figure it out. It's a sweet little wet dog deck, and yeah, in unranked it gets some wins. But because I do wanna continue to push rank a little bit today, we're going to switch things up and go back to a deck that's actually it's considered tier 1 in best of 3 for Standard right now. Like a kind of deck like this with of course it's because they have sideboard action that's good against Izzet, and they play a lot of discard and go blank, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to be playing in best of 1. And we've seen a deck like this before. I'm actually just going to call this version 2 because I also called it Quick Corpse the last time. But I've changed it quite significantly. This time it's much more focused on the decayed zombies dying and all of the life, pings that we can get off of the Meathook Massacre and the Warlock Class when that happens. The rest, instead of going, I believe the last time I was trying to splash blue and I had Geralf in here and I called it Flying Corpses or something like that. I'm focused completely on the Headless Rider. I love this card. Whenever Headless Rider or another non-token zombie you control dies, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So you just try to get that epic hand. You can mulligan quite hard with this deck because it's all very low curve stuff. And go wide. Try go as wide as you can with your little zombies. And then if you're ever forced to sweep your own board, as long as you have, and sometimes you have multiple Headless Riders in play, you know, the best kind of board wipe is a one-sided board wipe. Your Champion of the Perished will be big at that point, so you can do like a X's 2, X's 3, destroy mono white, and then you get a zombie creature token for each creature that you control that died. And it's just, your champion just gets even bigger. And of course, if you've got Meathook, if you know, that's going to be done by Meathook Massacre, so your opponent gets damage for each of your creatures that dies. And then if you've got a couple of Warlock classes, even not level 1, at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, each opponent loses 1 life. So it just triggers, game over. And if it's not game over, you know, you untap the following turn with a huge champion and a bunch of 2/2s and just swing in again. And that usually does it. So that's kind of the strategy. And there's a lot of, you know, stuff that's going to help us get there. Mostly, we can stall the game by blocking quite aggressively with everything, because we have Crawl from the Cellar to bring stuff back really cheaply, and of course growing one of the zombies that's on the battlefield. I love that it's got flashback, so you can essentially cast it 6 times, which allows you to play less cards that you want of that effect in the deck, because you can play them again from your graveyard. Eaten Alive instead of Blood Chief's Thirst, because we have quite a bit of a decayed zombie production with the Tainted Adversary and Jadar. We've got plenty of sacrificial fodder, so it ends up being a 1-mana destroy or exile target creature or planeswalker. Epic. Warlock Class I've already touched upon. It's our only card draw, but it's not to be, you know, laughed at. You just, sometimes you have 3 mana, you play it for 1, level it up, get to look at the top 3 cards in your library, choose the best one, put it into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. Sometimes that's okay because we can get them back. And then level 3, if you can ever get there, is just the best, because those little pings just start to add up. Even if it wasn't quite enough to get him, you know, down to 0, whatever damage you did that turn gets doubled. And that's really easy to win the game at that point. We've got 2 copies of Graf Reaver in here to get rid of target planeswalkers, just in case, but otherwise it's just a 3/3 for 2, which isn't bad. 4 copies of Jadar, like, absolutely epic. It wasn't working for a little while, the token wasn't being generated, but it's working again. And it's just this constant supply of sack fodder, and whenever you always can just attack with it, doesn't matter. In some cases it gets through for damage, but even if it doesn't, that if your Meathook Massacre and your Warlock Class are in play, it dies. You get a trigger from the Meathook Massacre, then you pass to the end step. Jadar spawns another one, which levels up your Champion of the Perished, and then at the very end, your Warlock Class goes off because a creature died this turn. So, you know, it's a very nice little slow ping. It's basically what got me started with the deck was the fact that we don't have Brushstroke, Sanguine Brushstroke in Standard. And I was like, how can we make a life drain deck that doesn't have Sanguine Brushstroke? And I remembered about this little cycle with zombies, and it's one of my favorites. It's really fun to play, if anything. Then we've got a full play set of the Priest of Haunted Edge, which is something I didn't have in the other brews. As you can see, I'm running much less interaction. This was, you know, the 2-mana destroy target creature card, lose 2 life. It's called something Grasp. Anyway, the thing of having a spell that's on a creature. It's just, you know, like in the case of Graf Reaver, it's basically just Planeswalker removal, but it's on a 3/3. This is a, you know, a removal spell on a 2-mana 0/4. So great blocker in the early game, and then once you've got some snow lands, you can get rid of some pretty big targets. Of course, sacrificing it if you've got the Headless Rider in play, you get the zombie, you trigger the Meathook, blah 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 blah. So just fits so perfectly. And of course, having a lot of 2-drops after your champion is good, because you always want to trigger it every single turn as many times as you can. Then a full play set of the Tainted Adversary. Doesn't need to be reintroduced. It's already been played a lot, but I wish that cost was just 1 less. But it does make double the zombies for every time you pay it. So most of the time it's turn 5, and you make 2 decayed zombies, and you get a 3/4 death touch. It's really not too bad at all. Full play set of the Meathook Massacre. It's really our only removal, kinda, other than Eaten Alive, but it's been okay. I'm thinking to, as we already have a way of getting rid of Planeswalkers, to maybe put in Nah, let's leave it like this for now. Then we might make some adjustments along the way, as usual. We've talked about Headless Rider, and then top things off, a couple of copies of Ebondeath Dracolich, which is great. If it dies and it's in your graveyard, or even if it gets milled there, or you discard it to a Warlock Class level 2 or something, whenever one of these decayed zombies dies, that will trigger it to be able to be cast from the graveyard. So you can just flash it in again quite often and consistently because of these decayed zombies. So really sweet. And then we've got just some basic snows and a full place of Faceless Haven. And that's it. Quick Corpses version 2. Let's jump into some games. This one actually, you know, it's not as good as Mono White, and is it and that, but I've been playing it in ranked and getting some sweet wins. So it's not as bad as the Simic pile at the moment. If you guys could all kindly consider subscribing, that would be fantastic. And of course, leave a like, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future daily uploads. Nice hand. 1-drop, 2-drop. Okay, also control. Shadows. Nah. Ooh. Okay. Clerics. Ay caramba. This will do -3/-3. So we have to wait one more turn to get rid of that Valkyrie. I don't think he can gain 7 life in one turn. He can gain 2, maybe. Oof. Okay. Plays a 2-drop. No 2-drop. That's great. So let's kill you. Surely. I had a feeling that was coming. Unfortunate. So, whoop, up. Boom, boom. Okay, that's pretty bad news. Oh no, that was a huge mistake. I should have played the Rider, but my plan is to do this. Flash in the Dracolich. Set a stop at the opponent's end step. It's a lot of mana. Okay. Kills his own professor. It's not a problem. Skadoosh. That's just great. Fortunately, he's got his own Massacre. That's an interesting pick for a cleric deck. I like it. I've never seen it run in a cleric deck. Makes sense though. Definitely getting rid of you, my friend. Toodaloo. Thank you for the tokens. Swinging for 9. Okay. This is a very interesting combo. I've not seen like this type of cleric deck. It's very self-killing vibe. He's coming in hot. 5 damage. Plus exiling probably my Ebondeath. Nasty, nasty. Oh no. Not sorry.
I bring order to this broken world. Nothing on Innistrad is free.
Oh, lucky. So lucky.
Fight. I'll fix that.
Interesting brew. I like it a lot. He's kind of fusing. Oh no. You've got to be kidding me, man. Real friendly chap, this guy. Nice brew though. I'm very, very impressed. I haven't seen this type of thing.
let this be over.
We take 5. Potentially more. It's not looking good. Nah, whatever. I should have sacked the Faceless Haven to use the Eaten Alive. That's what I should have done. Thought a little longer about that one. Phase 2 draws a card. Love this card, by the way. Had it a full playset in my Domination. Oh, okay. Let's keep it going. So I take 5 regardless. He's gonna go this way. What do I want? Not that. Huh. Good game, my friend. Good game. Nice brew. I applaud your ingenuity. On to the next one. Wow, that was particularly annoying. Like, I was expecting... I guess I've been playing too much Alchemy. I was expecting the usual cleric stuff, and then it was just like Planeswalkers and Blood on the Snow, and... yeah. Kind of the perfect anti-deck to what I'm trying to do. The anti-brew. This hat is wonky. Right. How's that? No, thank you. Simic sucks. Ooh, white or black. Nice. 750. I love re-rolling 750s. I'm, by the way, well under saving mode for Kamigawa. Stop buying alchemy packs for now. I think I've got, yeah, a few mythics I'm missing. It's not a big deal. I got everything I need from that set of alchemy, plus the rebalance is coming soon, so I would recommend you don't spend your money on that. I would save it for Kamigawa, every last penny. Much better. By the way, best Snowland art, probably, in my opinion. IMO. Mr. Grolnock. Probably Gruul. I have a feeling it's gonna be a red land next. Followed by a Magda. I have to chuck down a... no Magda. A Magdalus. Oh. Oh. Beautiful. I think he's got something. He was trying to bait me. Maybe. Shock. Whatever it's called now. Light up. Play with fire. Play with fire. Aha. The old reckless dude. Bam, bam. The race is on. I got Death Touch. I hope he plays a freaking Planeswalker, because then I'm finally gonna get to use this. Got him. Got him. Satisfying little win there against what appeared to be some werewolf shenanigans or some rule. I wonder why he conceded. Didn't have his Goldspan Dragon ready. Ooh, freakity hoo. By the way, the Necro-Duality version of this deck, if played really well, like, I think it just, like, people have not been putting in the time. I've been having some fun with that as well. It's, like, just need to get to, like, turn 5 and, like, survive. And suddenly it's just, like, you can go crazy. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Very, very much. That is beautiful. Beautiful, I tell you. Golgari stuff happening? Blood Chief's Thirst. Boom. No. Jadar in the hizzle. Okay. This is like kind of the best aggro start you could have with this brew. Your opponent's still like, oh my god, I need to get a freaking Meathook Massacre or something. And you just come along with your 4/4 on turn 4. Boom, boom, boom. I think we can quite safely get rid of one of yous. Oh, please do that. You fell into my trap. I take 6. A babushka. Feels really good once you start getting the play patterns, like the curve out is nice. It feels very mono whitish, like there's always something happening. There's this kind of you can do a lot with little. Yeah. Oh. Always attacking with the zombie. Because then Jadar just makes a nut. Oh, I love it. Where's your blood on the snow? Probably now. The Massacre for 4. That's still, I think, gonna win me the game. No, not quite. Down to 2. Professor. The freaking Professor. Oh my gosh.
Watch the life essence fade.
This guy, man. Hanging on.
Let's go dig.
They can come back from this, that's the thing. Okay, that's fine.
The will of the woods is made manifest.
My triggers go on the stack first. He dies. Period. Yeah. Think so. I'm fairly certain. That's the problem. So cheeky. Oh my god. 1 life less. No, he's gone the stack first. Okay. That would have not won me the game anyway. That was a huge mistake. No, that's game. Nice.
I will show you what happens when the spiders squash back.
Good game, Gorth.
Fortunate our motives align.
That was coming at me next turn regardless of my mistake. I don't think we would have won that. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Oh, even better. Clerics. Okay. Nice, he's wasting a turn like that. pacifism. Phew. Nice. X is 2. Zap zap. And crawl from the cellar. How can I get rid of this? Nothing in my deck. I think I need to swap out that Graf Digger or whatever and put in 2 copies of Feed the Swarm. Okay, this is perfect. Watch this. Okay, we got our 2 main enchantments in play. This is great. This is great. Mono white's a good kind of matchup. Although it's some weird shenanigans going on here. We've got a life gain. It's probably more like just mono white life gain than mono white aggro, which is fine with me. As long as I don't get that like 1 million copies of okay. Shkablunk. Spadunk, 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 badunk, dunk, dunk. Love those turns. Sure, that's even better. I want him to stay there. Particularly annoying little fella. So. Alright. Oh, if that's how it's gonna be. I can get some death touch action going on. Bye bye. Off you go. Please come again. Dispatched. Mono white life gain. So rubbish. Don't play it. Not in standard. Maybe in alchemy. It's yeah, definitely a lot better in alchemy. Oh, I wonder if the captain is going to get nerfed, and if so, how? And like, what else really needs nerfing? Maybe the 4-drop dragon, the Town Razor Tyrant that destroys your land. Maybe they're going to have to do something about that. It's a little bit too OP, but yeah, it's anyone's guess which way they'll take it. But the rebalancing thing should be coming out like any day now. And spoiler season starts in under a week, so stay tuned for that. Okay, okay, it's not the best, but I want to try and keep this. So we can draw some cards. It's a 95%er, probably playing mono green Stompy without the courtesy tap. See, if you'd done the courtesy tap, we might not be in this mess. It's your land, holding priority. Thank you. Spadon. It's 3 damage total with the Warlock Class. Come on, where's your Ren and 7? I would love to finally use this Graf Reaver. Graf Reaver. Definitely a little overhyped during Crimson Vow spoilers. Didn't see very much play whatsoever. This stinks of a snakeskin veil. Or that. Only 1 damage this time around. It's nothing to worry, my friend. It's just a 2/2 zombie. No. They always have like 3 Blizzard Brawls in the top 10 cards of their library. You know, always. Variants and all that jazz. But, I mean, it's uncanny how often they have. Like, they've only got 4 in the whole deck, and somehow, magically... I told you. Now watch, there's gonna be a third. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Every time. Looking pretty bad. Looking pretty bad. Did not find any of our removal. I was digging for a Eaten Alive. We've got 3 copies. We should bump that up because that's great against Old Growth Troll. He taking a fair bit of damage. That's insurmountable. Good game, my dear fellow. Whoopee! Go Cowboys! Damn. Oh well. Oh wells. Alright. We have time for one more quickie before I call it quits. Woohoo! Mr. 1454. That's like an auto keep. Goes for it. The exile stuff is a problem. Get rid of that guy as quickly as possible. No problemo. Can do this for one. This is the better option. I don't want to be losing the life from the Graf Keeper. There's no Planeswalkers. I just want to get the trigger. Might be a mistake to let that land go in the long run, but let's see. Alright. Down to 15. Oof. Please give me something good. Opponent is just making land drop after land drop. Wow. Insane. Skadoosh. Plus another 2 triggers. Boom, boom. Down to 3. Whew. It's close, I tell you. Thanks. Look at all that mana. No point in blocking. Now you've just completely screwed yourself, no? Woohoo! So all I needed was to bump this guy up by 1 more. So now, no matter which he blocks, it's GG. Nice. Good game. Alright, ending it on a win. Not a bad one. Kind of finally the deck doing mostly what it's supposed to do. I think the mono-white matchup is great. I can hear my little one is just woken up from his nap. So I have to resume my daddy duties. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you tonight for some fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.